monsters rise from a plastic cage. Lions of war, designed to fight. You don't just build them, you bring them to life. You in the lab with a sparking scream. An android mind to a monster dream. Armageddon across from the fire. A swamp board tank with laser ire. Evil scorpion cracks from the sand. Tail of missiles, claws of command. Buried with hate, it hunts through dust. Venom in steel, circuits in rust. From fire and fury they thrive. Stealing steel and cold teeth and strife. You don't just build them, you bring them to life. Demon lizard stalks the land. Blazing eyes in a cannon hand. Dragonfly rules the smoke-filled sky with slicing wings. It spirals high. Black silver worker tyrant supreme. Powered by rage, fueled by dream. Sword tiger leaps striped with pain. A jungle ghost in the metal rain. They're not toys and warborn kings. Android pilots fused to wings. Code is blood, steel is bone. And battlefields they stand alone. Evil story stalks with pride. Thunderous steps, nowhere to hide. Fail like a hammer, jaws of dread. Turns battlefields to rivers of red. And from the dark with blade and grace, evil Pegasus flies from space. Cyber horns and a burning cry. Crashing vengeance from the sky. Zoids rise from flame. Burn their circuits, stake your claim. With claws and teeth they tear through strife. You don't just build up. You bring a trio and man. Where monsters reign. Only one more law remains. They'll fight, survive. There's no Zoids. Beyond man, where monsters reign. Only one all-knowing remains. Go fight, survive. There's no Zoids! In the ash of a dead world's dead. Metal claws break through the land. Scorpion strikes below. Android pilot sealed inside. Wired thought, no place to hide. Every emotion built for pain. It lives for war, it thrives on flame. Cyber shell, infernal sting. Tactical mind in a murder ring. Not a beast, not a drone. It wages war all on its own. We stand on the machine, burning through the silence clean. Venom rains from armored skies. Evil scorpion never dies. We stand on the machine, tracks through fire, sleek and mean. No for war, no end in sight. You don't just build it, you bring it to life. Across the battle grid it tears, a predator with no despairs. Target locked, tail arcs high, missiles scream and engines cry. Doesn't think it knows the way to seek, to strike, to not delay. Beneath the stars, beneath the chrome, it calls destruction home. This is who it's go to. We lost visual, it's in the sand. Wait, and the tail. Oh God! We stand on the machine. Shadow death with silver sheen. From Tony's vault and Kenner's blade. Evil scorpion runs the raid. We die on the machine. Tales of war etched in and scream. Force and future cold as night. You don't just build it, you bring it to life. In the silence, the tale still moves. The war still breathes. To life. Across the battle grid it tears, a predator with no despairs. Target locked, tail arcs high, missiles scream and engines cry. It doesn't think it knows the way to seek, to strike, to not delay. Beneath the stars, beneath the chrome, it calls destruction home. It's in the sand. Wait. There, the tail. Oh, God! Innumerable by gears and flame, where monsters wear machine and name. They rise from shadow, forged in strife. You don't just build them, you bring them to life. Out from the ruins of thunder and ash, the war rolls on in metal and flash. Armored gator leads the charge, missiles blaze from its plated barge. Evil scorpion stalks through haze, its tail alight with crimson blaze. Lurking death with taloned grace, a nightmare you can't outpace. This is the final cry, the clash of chrome and soul. Techno Zoids take the field, it's their only goal. Circuits scream, engines ignite. You don't just build them, you bring them to life. Demon lizard roars with pride, its claws shed steel on every side. Dragonfly ascends through smoke, wings of vengeance laser cloak. Strikes till breaks the crown. every step a seismic sound. And storm tiger lightning bound stalks the storm without a sound. Ghosting wires, minds reborn, flesh long gone but purpose sworn. Android eyes glowing red, marching on where angels fled. Armored data, thunderbreak beast, demon lizard, blood unleashed. Evil Pegasus, wings of war, Battlesaurus, armored core. Evil scorpion stalks through haze, its tail alight with crimson blaze. Forgiving death with talon grave. Evil scorpion stalks through embrace. As mission ended, techno Zoids remain. The lizard roars with pride. Its claws shred steel on, its claws shred steel on every side. Triangle Zoids remain. Taking on the lizard roars with pride. Its claws shred steel on, in the lizard roars with pride. Fragmasaur, you bring him to life. You bring him to life. Transmission and